Hi, this is Tim from the Marching Roundtable and the Judges Academy. I'm here to talk about the last rehearsal before a contest. When you're having that final practice before your next big show, because we're in the middle of the contest season now, when you're getting ready at that last rehearsal, there are certain things that I think you should always do and pay attention to and make sure that you go over with your students. And of course, I'm talking to you not only sort of as a judge and a past band director, but really as a designer here. And here's the suggestions. Number one, make sure the first thing you do in your show and the last thing you do in your show are fantastic. You know, we talk in the Judges Academy about judging through time, and the judge is supposed to pay equal attention to everything. But we all know that that first impression that we get during that first 20, 30 seconds is really, really important, sort of setting the tone of, okay, wow, I'm impressed, or I don't know how this is going to go. It doesn't mean that everything after that can't change or be better, but it really sets an impression. That includes actually marching on the field and setting up the show. So make sure that that's in line. But really, once the show starts, when the judging is supposed to officially begin, make sure that's impressive. And then the last thing that you do, I guess it just goes to, you can't really argue with the fact that a judge does react to the very last thing, the last thing they felt, the last thing they heard, the last thing they saw before it's done and they stop and they decide to write down a number. It's just important. So make sure the first thing in your show and the last thing in your show are terrific. And the other thing I would tell you to do is make sure that all the moments are really work and are as effective as possible. You want to really think about effect at this final rehearsal. You've been cleaning stuff and making changes and perfecting marching and music and everything, but you want to make sure the last time you're with your students before the show that you're talking about, here are our effects. Remind them of, here are the key moments. The build to the first big hit in the opener. Make sure that that really is fantastic and that when it hits, when that first moment hits, that everything works. So practice that 16 count build into the hit and make sure that it sounds great, that everybody knows here's the moment. This is where we have to focus. Make sure every flag is perfect on count one of that hit. Look at those details for each moment like that. The moment in the build up to the ballad, the ending of a moment that could be a soft, subtle moment. Wherever the moments are in your show, you storyboarded the whole thing out. Here are the key moments. Make sure they all work and are as effective as possible. That could be something you do with one guard soloist, one horn soloist. It could be a drumline moment. It could be a drill moment. It could be all of those things combined. But that would be my suggestion, is think about the moments and the effect of those moments. Maximize them as much as possible. Make them as great as possible. And then, of course, first and last thing you do. And make sure your students know this is supposed to be fun. We're putting on a show. Have a great time. If they go out on the field and they're worried about messing up anything, then they're not going to do their best. But if you think, do your best, be into it, let your passion show, make it all you can be, have a great time, use all the training that you've had so far and put it on display, then they can have a great time and the show will be so much better. Good luck to you at your contest. I hope this has been helpful.
Have a question for a roundtable talk? Or have a suggestion for a podcast topic or guest? Go to marchingroundtable.com and click here on feedback or here on Ask Tim a Question. Don't forget you can always find podcasts on topics that interest you by searching in our podcast archives. And when you go to YouTube to watch a Roundtable Talk video, make sure and subscribe so you never miss a single episode of Roundtable Talk.